115 out here today. It is so hot. But I'm gonna make you a message real quick for today. Message today is about principles. You must live a principled life or you will experience strife. That is my experience. And I have a lot of experience with strife. And thankfully, I have a lot of experience with principles. I've been taught a set of principles that have been guiding my life and saving my life and changing my life for the last 19 years since I ended up in this 12-step program. It's a set of principles. It's a design for living that really, really works. People make fun of it, I believe, because they haven't done it. And I feel sorry for them that they haven't needed it, because it's the best thing ever. It's a set of principles that really, really works. If you don't live a principled life, you're going to have incredible strife. Principles are a set of beliefs that guide you regardless of how you feel. They're a sense of beliefs, a set of behaviors. They're things you do in spite of how you feel. That's not the dictionary definition. That's the way I explain them. For example, in my tribe, which I have the best tribe with the best vibe, we meet every afternoon for an hour and a half. And one of our most important principles is principles before personalities, we say. And that means our principles come before any disagreement we have, any judgment, dislike. Principles. Our principles come before anything, before any disagreement. We don't argue or retaliate with anyone. We listen without judging each other. We don't have crosstalk at our meetings. We take turns listening to each other. There is an incredible structure of respect and a system of supporting each other that is by far the most superb I've ever seen anywhere. People that have said, oh no, that's not for me. Every single one of them experienced divorce or severe adversity. Other ways just don't work. You must live your principles or you will be a jerk. This simple set of principles, or they're not really rules, traditions, guidelines. So if you don't have a set of principles, the best thing I ever did was adopt some. Don't have to be sober like me, although I think drinking is ridiculous no matter who you are. It's literally poison. It literally affects the way you think. So it is completely ridiculous to drink alcohol. There's no nutritious reason to do so. However, a true textbook alcoholic like I was, the kind that they take a drink and it changes their whole personality. They become someone who can't function responsibly. They don't have a conscience. They do things they would not normally do. And that phenomena of craving starts. That's true alcoholic. Then they need to adopt a set of principles. And the principled life has saved my life. Principles before personalities, listening without judging. Love and tolerance is a code, whether you like it or not. Tolerance means allowing people to deviate. That doesn't mean not being honest. Honesty is a principle. Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness is our principles. 3 of our principles that are indispensable, they say. Indispensable means we cannot live without them. Tolerance doesn't mean putting up with disrespect or allowing people to walk on you. It doesn't mean being a doormat. No. Tolerance just means allowing people to deviate and find their answers at their own pace. Allowing them to grow at their own pace. Principle in our program, in my life, is not acting holier than thou, not giving people lectures, simply telling the truth, offering suggestions. That's all it is, suggestions. No have-tos. Simply sharing my experience, strength, and hope what worked for me. What worked for me is adopting a set of principles that set me free. The first one being my recovery. Sobriety number one, before fun, before anything else gets done, every day, something for me, AA, because if I don't have that, I don't have anything else. I take a drink, the rest of my life goes down the toilet. It cuts me off from the sunlight of the spirit if I use a mind-altering drink or chemical. That's just me. Last year, an experience where I ended up, out of respect for my husband, I won't share details, but I ended up in chains. My morning meditation today was about chains, being in chains, but no one can take who you are away from you. And that happened to me last year. I'm proud to say that in spite of that, my principles didn't go away. I was even in my cuffs because of my own stupidity, something I did, but I was still sober, and I resorted to my principles, and I was on my knees praying, and the cop said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just praying." He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." The cop apologized to me. I still was doing my lunges and my workout to keep my mind calm. I was praying for the people I was mad at. I instead turned to love instead of resorting to anger, which is one letter away from danger. I kept to my principles, thank God. And that doesn't mean it was easy. Doesn't mean it felt good. I only do it because I knew that I should. I knew that I had to, or that anger would consume me. The principles have taught me. And it got me through an incredible time of adversity by sticking to my principles. It showed me who I am. It showed me that I could get through the worst. That nobody could take away who I was. And I really needed that. That was kind of a final thing. I lost everything I was afraid of losing. And I made it through because of my principles in the daily process that I implemented. And now I can really know I can get through anything until God takes me. So until God takes you down, just stick to those principles without a frown. Put on your best vibe every day and do the things, implement the principles that help you carry out your life in the best way.